Welcome to the third part of tutorial on deep learning in neuroscience. First, a little bit about myself. I am Yalda Mohsenzadeh, an assistant professor of computer science and a core member of the Brain and Mind Institute at Western University. I am the director of cognitive neuroscience and AI lab. Our research is interdisciplinary. We study brain and cognition and use that to guide AI, and vice versa. We use AI and computational models to understand computational principles in the brain. In our research, we often use deep neural networks. So far, you have learned how to use deep neural networks as encoding and decoding models to extract information from neural activity patterns or fit neural networks to neural responses from the brain. In this tutorial, we change the perspective. We are going to use deep neural networks as models of the visual system. What I mean by that is that we are going to train deep neural networks to perform a visual task that we know the brain is capable of doing that, for example, object recognition, and then we look at the internal unit activations patterns and their representations, and we compare them with the neural representations of the brain. Today we are going to use a simple task, an orientation discrimination task. In this task, given a reference orientation, grading patterns with vertical orientation, the task is to determine whether a presented grading stimulus is oriented to the left or it is oriented to the right. And we are going to train a deep neural network to perform this task and then compare its representations with the neural activity patterns that we have from mouse V1 region. For this, we designed a neural network with this architecture. It includes a convolutional layer followed by a pooling layer and then a fully connected layer and eventually an output node. Please note that the input to this neural network are images of the grading patterns in the stimulus set, and the output is the prediction of probability of a stimulus tilted to the right, so one node. You are familiar with convolutional neural networks in one dimension, how the operation is processed, and here we are going to use convolutional neural network, but in 2D, because we are going to use images, which are like 2D arrays of numbers, but the operation is similar. You will do zero padding and then convolving the data with a 2D kernel, here 3 by 3, which results in a two-dimensional output. Something that might be new to you is pooling operation. It's a simple operation that yields stability with regards to small translations in the image, and this is desirable for vision. So in this operation, for each patch of the 2D array, you would compute one output, which is the max pooling of these elements, or mean pooling of this patch, basically. You can learn about details of these operations in the appendix. For today, you are going to use this cell to train your network. First, it will initialize the convolutional neural network that I explained its architecture to you, and then you would generate the training data, which are 1000 samples of grading patterns oriented from -90 degree to +90 degree with this grading function. As you see here, the output tilt is the labels, which is 1 for gratings tilted to the right and 0 for gratings tilted to the left. And then you use this training data and their corresponding label to train the network with a stochastic gradient descent. This might take a few seconds, so please go ahead.